The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, road links vital to help people return home. Vehicle drivers want to follow traffic rules. And Aton sticks to last weekend's squad. The electricity went off in the chambers this morning at the start of the Parliament session during the opening prayer. The standby generators failed to kick in, leaving the lights off with no working air conditioners. The sitting had to be adjourned to Thursday, June the 5th, 2025, due to these electricity issues. Deputy Speaker Connie Iguan told Parliament that the recent blackouts had caused standby generators at the Parliament House to stop working.
Honourable members, I'd like to advise Parliament that due to power blackouts last night, it had affected our generator, standby generator, and now it already affected the aircon, and while we were praying, you can see that we have a blackout today. So, honourable members, I adjourn Parliament to tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m.
The linking of roads through Connect PNG will bring people back to their homes and not just bring more people in the city. These were the words of Prime Minister James Marape during his response to the member for Goilala, Kasmira Aya, yesterday in Parliament. Aya questioned the Prime Minister on the safety of his Goilala people in the city. Member for Goilala, Kasmir Aya, was concerned about the discrimination in the city where the people of Goilala have been singled out and targeted by various ethnic groups in the city, the latest being the Waigani incident. He flagged the government about his people being treated like foreigners on their own land.
Because history tells us that my people were mistreated at Warawara, 2 Mile Hill, Tete, Barundi Dump recently, at the back of Bomana Jail, Kasia, and now at Waigani. Ending question, Mr. Prime Minister, tell me, where do you think is the safest place I can take my people to?
Prime Minister James Marape, in an attempt to answer his question, outlined how the Connect PNG program will open up Port Moresby to the Momase and Highlands region through the transnational highway and help in the movement of people back to their provinces of origin.
That is why we are opening our country by roads. Before September this year, I should drive over to Lae from Port Moresby. And if that takes place, that is not only to hold back or bring in people into the city. You look at the city of Lae, they've lived with Highlands Highway and Medak Highway for the last 60 years. Lae City is not flooded with people to take up permanent residence in Lae. So Port Moresbyans, our nation's capital, or even surrounding provinces, Gulf, Central, should not, and we will study and work on stopping people from settling in land that is not theirs, and we study in these spaces so that we know who's coming in and out. And the road that we're constructing should take back out of this city.
With the frustration of Goilala MP's question on where his people should be located to find safety, MP Marape stated that people of Goilala should consider going back home and said this goes generally to all that are unemployed in the city.
If you really have nothing to do in our cities, There are enough land, you have ancestral land rights in your tribal lands back home. The opening of road from Port Moresby to Lae should now take people back. And to the people of Guelala, if there's an element of fear in this, I want to thank the member and his district for investing in the two main roads leading back to Guelala Mountains. These roads should be supported by National Works Department, open at the very earliest. If Port Moresby, in terms of resident, is not there for you, then there's always a place in your home, place of origin, tribe of origin, where your land is free.
The Connect PNG program aims to improve infrastructure, particularly roads, to connect to remote areas and potentially address unemployment by creating opportunities in rural areas. By linking rural communities to economic centers, the program hopes to facilitate access to essential services and markets, encouraging unemployed individuals to return to their home areas and participate in the local economy. Furthermore, Prime Minister James Marape commended the NCD Governor, Powes Pakop, for installing cameras all over the city. He said by 2027, Port Moresby and all parts of the country must have cameras, including a link to the police stations. In this way, there will be real-time response to incidents.
This work should go on for this year, next year. When we go to the 2027 elections, Port Moresby City must have camera in all parts of our country, including in all parts of our city, including a link to the police stations that the Honorable Kramer, when he was minister, he started on police modernization program in our city. That program must be picked up again. We link police in our city with camera, and a real-time quick response to arrests in our city is in the interest of the city authority and our government, so that we put Port Moresby City back on a path to full watch, full supervision of ICT-based police, as well as real police foot patrol, and make our city become a safer zone for Guelalas and anyone who chooses to live here.
Prime Minister James Marape has reaffirmed his government's unwavering commitment to the Independent Commission Against Corruption, ICAC, amid internal leadership tensions between the Commissioner and Assistant Commissioners of the newly formed institution. Prime Minister Marape confirmed that ICAC appoints committee which comprises the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice, the Leader of the Opposition, the Chairman of the Public Service Commission, and the Chairman of the PNG Council of Churches, has met to deliberate on the matter and has sought legal advice from the State Solicitor and the Department of Justice. He assured that the committee is treating this matter with the utmost seriousness and says the citizens not to lose faith in the institution, citing the stringent process they follow to establish this institution. He said it is disheartening that the very individuals selected through a rigorous and internationally supervised process are now entangled in internal disputes that is compromising the institution's integrity. The ICAC Appointments Committee has now been directed to prepare a detailed report, legal guidance reviewed, and a formal paper submitted to Cabinet for consideration. Once recommendations are endorsed, Cabinet will take swift and responsible action to restore stability within ICAC. Prime Minister James Marape has welcomed the passage of the Biosecurity Bill 2025, describing it as monumental. The Parliament yesterday unanimously passed the Biosecurity Bill 2025 with a resounding 83-0 votes, signaling a renewed national commitment to protecting Papua New Guinea's biodiversity, agriculture productivity, and trade sovereignty. He said the new act sits right at the heart of protecting the borders, PNG's biodiversity, agriculture, and the economy. The Biosecurity Bill 2025 repeals and replaces several outdated laws, many dating back to the colonial era, and consolidates them under a single, modern legislative framework. These include the Quarantine Act 1953, the Animal Disease Control Act 1952, the Plant Disease and Control Act 1953 and the Nakia Act 1997. It also establishes a newly independent authority called Biosecurity PNG, which replaces the National Agriculture Quarantine and Inspection Authority, or Nakia.
Element of this, it is uniquely endemic just to our country. Uniquely endemic to our country, and biodiversity, in my view and considered view, in the heart of it lies the economic security of our country. Our biodiversity is our wealth. It must be protected.
Police in the nation's capital are working tirelessly to combat the increasing sexual assaults involving women and girls in certain parts of the city. Metropolitan Superintendent of National Capital District Warwick Simatab said the command is very concerned about recent reports of women and girls being sexually assaulted and is taking strong steps to address that issue. He said no woman or girl should feel unsafe walking on the streets, going to school, to work, or even in her own home. He therefore urged the public, especially men, to respect women. He also called on the victims or those who witnessed such a crime to report immediately to the police. Private vehicle owners, PMV operators, and taxi operators have been warned to follow basic road safety rules when using public roads in the city. NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Warwick Simatab issued this call following reports of ignorance by vehicle owners and drivers, posing a risk for pedestrians and other vehicles.
In a statement released earlier, NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Warwick Simatab said the ignorance of motor vehicle operations is causing fear in the community, leading to growing danger and disorder in the city. He pointed out the use of defective and unworthy vehicles on the city roads, causing traffic jams and putting lives at risk. He also noted the ignorance by drivers of basic road safety rules and called for this to stop. He said the command is using this public notice to allow all drivers and vehicle owners to fix their vehicles or remove them from the road before the police take action. He said effective this week, police will conduct awareness and warning sessions before penalties are applied for failure to comply. He said this is the chance for vehicle owners to fix their vehicles before police enforcement begins. Every police officer in NCD, from the Metropolitan Superintendent down to the last constable, has been instructed to make 5 arrests every month, starting with traffic offences. Simatab further outlined the penalties applied under the new Road Traffic Act. Bail for each traffic offence is 500 kina. He said if one offender is caught and charged with 10 traffic offences, the bail will be 5,000 kina. The NCD commander said this is a final warning and police officers will not tolerate misconduct by motor vehicle owners. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
You're watching TVWAN News. We'll bring you the day's other stories after these messages. Stay tuned.
Leaving green New Guinea, rich in biodiversity and culture, but our beauty is under threat. Plastic pollution is choking our way of life, polluting our waters, our land, and our wildlife. We can change this. End plastic pollution in Papua New Guinea. Reduce, reuse, recycle. This World Environment Day, let's take action for a plastic-free PNG. Let's build a smart, fair, healthy, and happy society.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but me did it. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
You sabi to also condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banish him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Welcome back. A formal handover ceremony has confirmed a new leadership for the Sinesine Yongumul District Development Authority in Simbu Province. Obet Waure was appointed the new DDA CEO, replacing Kane Tommy. The transition took place during a two-part ceremony in Kundiawa and was supported by district and provincial leaders.
The appointment was made official by Simbu Provincial Administrator John Punde with the endorsement of Deputy Administrator Field Services Chris Mondo and Principal HR Advisor Alois Suine. The handover follows public service protocols and has been endorsed by the member for Sinesine Yongumul, Kirangakua.
You mean talk thank you. You mean talk thank you, outgoing CEO. And then welcoming back all former CEO and come back again because of process for government. And he come back, you mean welcoming them back. One kind of idea is you play Gatia, you play mas Larim staff. Larim staff that you mean look work na stay focused on the work.
Due to serious health issues, outgoing CEO Kane Tommy voluntarily stepped aside after 1 year of service, allowing for a smooth transition to a more experienced administrator. Acknowledging his efforts, the administration organized the event in two parts, the official handover at the provincial headquarters and a ceremonial farewell at the MP's residence.
Then we have this LHC elections coming up. So, and put in the situation where you publishers must take ownership of the work. You must work to outline level now, providing good advice and guidance law, member with all the as well. Likewise for all the other 5 districts. So, you know this stuff, you start strong. Make sure you carry more duties.
The occasion was not only to declare a new administrator, but also to recognize the contributions of Mr. Tommy. Both leaders were commended for their commitment and integrity. Local MP Kerengakua highlighted the need for strong leadership to unite and drive development within the district. With Obed Warren now officially at the helm, expectations are high for continued development and improved service delivery in Sinisina-Yongomul. The district administration team has pledged to support his leadership in moving the district forward. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission has raised concerns about a joint statement by the Motor Vehicle Insurance Limited and Road Traffic Authority on May the 19th this year about the transfer of vehicle registration and driver licensing functions to the Road Transport Authority. The ICCC is concerned that RTA's limited presence outside Port Moresby will affect its ability to provide reliable and timely services across the country, especially when compared to MVIL's well-established network.
The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission is concerned that the partial transfer of functions for vehicle registration and driver licensing may create confusion among consumers and service providers. It is particularly concerned that without sufficient infrastructure, systems, and staffing nationwide, the Road Traffic Authority may not maintain the same level of service currently provided by the Motor Vehicle Insurance Limited. This could lead to service disruptions that negatively impact consumers. A statement from the Office of the ICCC Commissioner and Chief Executive Officer Paulus Ein stated that clear and consistent communication is vital to ensure consumers understand the changes and know where to access services. He therefore said it is important that extensive public awareness is carried out by MVIL and RTA before any responsibilities are formally transferred to RTA, adding that a carefully planned and coordinated transition is essential to protect consumers and ensure uninterrupted service delivery across Papua New Guinea. The ICCC remains committed to ensuring that consumers continue to receive reliable, accessible, and uninterrupted services during this change. Mary Silla Kelaton, TV1 News.
A proud moment for Papua New Guinea's creative industry as a fashion delegation represents PNG for Fiji Fashion Week 2025. Leading the team is renowned cultural fashion icon Florence Jauke Kamel, celebrated globally as the Bilumeri for her handmade Bilum couture. She was joined by PNG Fashion Week brand ambassador Insenia Mins, who modeled on the Fiji runway, and Bridget Kasman, executive assistant to the managing director. The delegation represented PNG's growing influence in regional fashion, with support from cornerstone partner Air New Guinea, who sponsored the travel to Suva. Also present at the departure was designer William Maba-Bray, who will collaborate with Kamel at the upcoming Bilum Festival in Goroka. PNG Fashion Week says the trip reflected the theme Genesis, symbolizing new beginnings, deeper connections, and cultural pride on the global stage. Namao Primary School on Karkar Island in the Sumkar district of Medang Province marked a significant milestone on May the 23rd, 2025, with the official opening of 2 newly constructed teachers' houses. Funded under the Sumkar Educational Infrastructure Support Grant, the project includes a modern 3-bedroom duplex and a standalone 3-bedroom residence, an important step toward improving the welfare and working conditions of teaching staff.
In opening the new houses, member for Sumkar, Alexander Orme, emphasized the DDA's commitment to equitable development across all schools in the district through the Education Schools Support Grant. He also stressed on transparency as a huge responsibility to the receiving end in acquiring funding given.
In opening the new houses, Member for Sumkar Alexander Ome emphasized the DDA's commitment to equitable development across all schools in the district through the Education School Support Grant. He also stressed on transparency as a huge responsibility to the receiving end in acquitting funding given. MP Ome also reiterated that schools who demonstrated responsible stewardship and progress would be eligible for additional funding. Headmistress of Namau Primary School, Amy Labun, expressed heartfelt appreciation to the parents and wider community, whose contributions helped fund the standalone teacher's house. Teacher housing has long been a critical issue at Namau, with some educators previously forced to reside off campus due to a lack of suitable accommodation. The new housing is expected to greatly improve staff retention and morale while enhancing the overall learning environment for students. Representing the Education Inspector for Karkar, Wagem of the Sumgil Bar Inspectorate officiated the ribbon-cutting ceremony. He praised the initiative, describing it as a model of alignment with the 166 education reform, which encourages shared ownership of education outcomes. Meantime, Member Ome announced that the standalone house design would be adopted into the broader Sumkar education plan, promoting standardized and efficient school staff housing across the district. The success of the project was made possible through a collaborative funding model with 30,000 kina provided by the Sumkar District Development Authority and 15,000 kina raised through community support via parent project contributions. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
More than 1,500 young single adults of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 9 provinces convened in Madang Province for their biannual convention. The convention is for the young men and women to refocus, meet and sort vital documents in preparation for their missions.
Biannual conventions are held every year for the young single adults who range from ages 18 to 35 years to strengthen their faith. But more so, this is an opportunity for them to have their documents prepared for their missions, to serve as full-time missionaries in other countries, spreading the word of God.
To serve a mission, it is something that they do full-time. For young men, they serve for 2 years, and for young women, they serve for 18 months. So usually the young women, they serve abroad, and we have young men, some of them, they serve abroad or they serve here in Papua New Guinea. In our convention, we will be having devotionals. We will also have workshops. We will be having paperwork flow. So we are here to help young people choose to serve the Lord, help them increase their desires to not only better themselves but to better other people as well.
At the conclusion of the convention, many YSAs were given their missions, where they will now prepare passports and necessary paperwork for travels. One of these participants is Rose Siagisaige from Morbe Province. She received her mission to Ghana in Africa. She was overwhelmed with emotions knowing that this calling comes with both benefits and challenges she must overcome whilst being away from her family for 18 months.
I have this desire to go on a mission since I was a child. Staying on the covenant path helps me every time think about why my purpose here and why is it important to go on my mission. And now I will be going on my mission in the Ghana Kumasi mission, which is in the South Africa. And I am looking forward to learn new experiences, new lifestyle, language, culture, and willing to accept challenges.
Medan Stake President Neyman Hotter stated that the convention was successful as he observed that these young adults have learned so much in the last 3 days. He also stated that since most of them are in school age, those are at home will be sought out to pursue education through their online and virtual learning platforms whilst continuing mentorship for their missions.
A feeling of how receptive and how positive the young single adults were, and it did strengthen and deepen their conversion to Jesus Christ. And I know that as they go back, we will continue to reach out to them and help them with our focus on sending them to the temple and to make the higher covenants, and also helping them to go on their missions.
In Madang alone, there are about 30 young male missionaries from the Pacific who have left their families for 2 years to devote their life in mission. These young missionaries mentor interested youths with love and compassion. They also have a learning center where online and virtual education is conducted. Mary Silla Kelleton, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at 0.2436 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying 0.2361 US dollars, 0.3626 Australian dollars, 0.1997 euro, and 33.61 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, cocoa, copra, palm oil, and crude oil closed higher. Gold, coffee, and copper closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. We'll take a short break and return on the other side with more news. Stay with us.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One-Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing, bum bum.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Made in Port Moresby presents the highlights of the Asian and Pacific story. Tonga, Cook Islands, Kiribati, Tahiti, and Hawaii articulating their art and culture, an explosion of color, joy, and vitality.
Welcome back. One of Papua New Guinea's most recognized retail brands, Stop & Shop, today celebrated 20 years of service and commitment to the community. The CPL Group-owned supermarket chain commemorated the milestone at the Waigani Central location in Port Moresby, reflecting on 2 decades of growth, challenges, and future ambitions.
It began as a humble retail outlet, but 20 years on, Stop & Shop has become a household name in Papua New Guinea's capital and beyond.
But yes, I think everyone knows Stop & Shop being one of Port Moresby's longest and oldest running supermarket chains. Back then started under the Steamships group of companies, Steamships Trading Limited. It actually started in 1987 as well, Stop & Shop. And Stop & Shop opened their first supermarket at Garden City, Boroko as well. At the same time, this was also when City Pharmacy started with Sir Mahesh and Lady Usha Patel. Started City Pharmacy also in Garden City, right? So back then, there was no relationship with the two, but here we are today, the two are living together.
Today, the brand celebrated its 20th anniversary in a special event attended by CPL Group executives, staff, and customers. In celebration of this milestone, customers are being asked to recreate Stop & Shop's original family logo with their families and get a chance to win 500 kina gift cards. All entries will be uploaded to CPL's page on Thursday, June 26 for public voting. Voting will close on Sunday, June 29th, with the top 5 winners announced on June 30th. Stop & Shop has been a trusted name in convenient, family-orientated shopping.
So this is to give our customers, a familiar sense of, the shared history with us at Stop & Shop, and also from the past and also present as well. So that's the explanation for our logo. So over the next couple of weeks, this logo will be rolled out on different touch points at Stop & Shop for everyone.
The event also honored long-serving employees and loyal customers, reflecting the values of loyalty and trust that have shaped Stop & Shop's identity. As the company looks forward to the future, it has plans to expand its reach and services, including improved online shopping and sustainable practices. From one store to a symbol of local retail resilience, Stop & Shop's 20-year journey is a testament to the strength of commitment and community support. And with plans already in motion for the next chapter, Papua New Guinea's shoppers can expect even more in the years to come. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
CPL Group has announced the immediate rollout of updated pricing across all its retail stores in line with IRC's new GST zero rating of essential goods effective from the 1st of June 2025. CPL's General Manager Marketing and Advertising Christopher Lamb confirmed the company's full compliance with the IRC directive. Items now exempted from GST include baby diapers, tin fish, rice, chicken, flour, instant noodles, and sanitary products. Rice and flour being the mainly sought after items.
For CPL, we've been able to effect it fairly swiftly. When the notice came out, that's when we started working through all of our product categories. Even with the the list saying 13 products or 13 categories. For us, we don't just have one product for one category. There's many different items. So we've had to go through over like thousands of different SKUs to ensure that we effect these GST changes on them. Since Sunday, when the notice was effected on the 1st of June, response has been really good from the public. Online, when the notice went out, that went viral, and the next day actually in our stores we got feedback from the managers that a lot of people started swarming into the stores and checking on the pricing, obviously. But it was a good business day. So I think the general consensus and the feeling for the public is they're happy with it. And I guess for CPL as well, we're pleased to that we were able to act on it swiftly.
In regional news, high breast density makes breast cancer harder to detect through routine mammograms and is an independent risk factor for developing breast cancer. Breast Screen Australia has updated its national policy to recommend everyone screened be informed in writing off their breast density. But currently only New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia and Western Australia do so.
Jenny Edwards had no idea she had dense breasts until she was diagnosed with cancer.
So as well as a tumour in my left breast, I had 2 fibroadenomas, which are other sorts of lumps, but benign lumps. And in my right breast, I had a cyst.
A routine mammogram earlier this year showed irregularities. A 3D scan and ultrasound followed, as did the news about her high breast density.
I certainly wasn't aware. Dense breasts, it's harder to detect the lumps and tumours yourself. And even on the imaging, it's not as obvious. So the second round of imaging is what made things much clearer. So very lucky.
Breast density refers to a person's mix of breast tissue. Fatty tissue is transparent on a mammogram, while dense tissue is opaque. The higher a person's breast density, the higher their risk of developing cancer, and the harder it is to detect the disease if it develops.
We know that maybe 1 in 3 women will have dense breasts.
Breast cancer specialist John Boyages says it's vital women are aware of their own breast density.
It's important that women are armed with that knowledge. There's no doubt about it. So, and it can save lives.
Just last week, Breast Screen Australia, the government-funded national cancer screening program, changed its position statement on breast density. Its policy had been not to record or report it to patients, but now it recommends all women are informed in writing as part of routine screening. It's already standard practice in some parts of the country, but not in the ACT yet.
The timeline is hopefully early next year, but could be towards the middle of next year.
Jenny had surgery to remove the tumour and is now having radiation treatment. She considers herself one of the lucky ones.
The outcomes are very good if you get it nice and early.
A task made easier when women are well informed.
Sports is next. We feature Moses Tolingling, one of PNG's greatest icon in sports. Stay tuned for details of this story after the break.
Tonton, hino tonton.
Uriribon boko.
If you can't stop thinking about the Hino range of trucks, then you better drive one today. Hino.
Tonton.
Living in a village? No problem. No power? No problem. No TV? No problem at all. Now you can watch your favorite sports and entertainment shows right from your phone or tablet. That's right, it's mobile and convenient. So what are you waiting for? Download your Digicel TV app today. Watch TV any place, anywhere, anytime. Digicel TV app, PNG's #1 mobile TV app. Dial *675# or visit my Digicel app to buy your TV plan today.
Give me 5.
That's right. With Digicel Cell Money, you can get a Gimme 5 plan with 5 gigabytes for only 5 kina. That's 5 gigabytes of data, valid for 5 days, all for only 5 kina. Whether you're streaming, gaming, scrolling, or staying connected with friends, you'll have all the data you need at an unbeatable price. So what are you waiting for? Get it today. Simply dial *888# to activate your Gimme 5 data plan. Only with Digicel Cell Money.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no P&G, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Find P&G made.
Trace Urban is Trace's flagship TV, exclusively dedicated to the best urban music and artists. Trace Urban offers a unique mix of the most popular American, European, African, and Caribbean urban music genres. Trace Urban benefits from the power and musical expertise of Trace, which has endlessly promoted African music stars since 2003 on all its channels. Welcome to Trace Urban. We are urban music.
Australia. From the dusty red centre to the sparkling blue sea. Join me, Rachel Griffiths, on a journey across this sunburnt country to experience Australia.
Thanks for staying with us. Moses Tolingling, an iconic pioneer athlete and technical officer, is synonymous with rugby league and softball in Papua New Guinea. Tolingling's involvement with various sports for over 4 decades serves as an inspiration for both current and future generations. His passion covers multiple sports, including table tennis, soccer, softball, touch rugby, and rugby league, where he has played pivotal roles as both an athlete and a technical official.
Hailing from Metakaville Village, New Province, Moses has long been a respected figure in PNG sports. Tolingling pursued his primary and secondary education in New Ireland, later completing 2 years at the Sagari National High in 1973 and 1974. Moses' rugby league journey commenced in Mendi, where he played as a winger and fullback and contributed to the founding of the iconic Mendi Muruks during the Highland Zone trials, prior to the national competition's inception in 1990. Highlights from his playing days include a significant victories over teams like Mount Hagen and Goroka. After a decade of playing, he transitioned to officiating, and though he later focused more heavily on softball umpiring, his passion for rugby league has remained since.
Started as a winger, playing winger, and then I ended up playing fullback in Mendi. I represented one of the founding fathers of Mendi Muruks in the Islands Zone at that time. By 1984, after Mendi defeated Goroka and Agen, I decided to step down and give way to the young generation.
A defining moment in his career was serving as a touch judge for the PNG Kumuls in 1982 during an historic match against the Australian Kangaroos for the Sir Torre Loco Loco Cup. This opportunity marked not only a significant milestone in Moses' life, but also showcased the potential of Papua New Guineans to excel in both playing and officiating roles. Further recognition of his abilities came with selection as technical official for the Pacific Cup in Samoa in 1988, highlighting his status among the top referees in the country alongside Graham Hainui and Tom Pellis.
And in 1982, I did my first international game as a touch judge between the PNG Kumuls and the Kangaroos at the Lloyd Robson Oval on 2nd of October 1982 when they were playing for the late Sir Torre Local Cup.
Officiating in the Queensland Cup in 1996 and 1997 marked another significant chapter where he demonstrated his capability and composure in high-pressure environments, notably sending off a player amid applause from spectators for the decision, reinforcing his belief in upholding the sport's integrity.
My first game, it was between Ipswich Jets and Brisbane East, and I sent off this player from Ipswich. His name was Jeff Prince, and he was playing number 4 for Ipswich. First offense, of course, as usual, he was given a verbal warning. The second one was a penalty. The third one, sin bin, and then the last one was a send-off. And you know, for me, when I sent him off, the crowd clapped, and to me, they appreciated the decision I made because they didn't like the way he was playing. And to me, I did it for Papua New Guinea and nothing more.
Reflecting on his journey, Moses' hope is for the next generation of referees to aspire to greatness. He believes that through hard work and dedication, local referees can elevate their standards to meet international benchmarks. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The PNG Hunters campaign in the Queensland Rugby League Host Plus Cup competition has been further boosted with the announcement of the renewal and expansion of K92 Mining support as gold sponsor to the team.
Building on the successful partnership launched in 2024, the new 2-year gold partnership agreement will run from November 1st, 2025 to October 31st, 2027. The agreement deepens K92's commitment to the Hunters, reinforcing shared goals of promoting athletic excellence, supporting local communities, and strengthening national pride. Under the renewed partnership, K92's logo will continue to feature on the back of PNG Hunters playing shorts and will expand to include the back of training tees and singlets. K92 will also benefit from prominent stadium signage, media and digital platform placement, and enhanced community engagement opportunities, including access to Hunters players for outreach and corporate social responsibility initiatives. John Lewins, Chief Executive Officer of K92 Mining, said its partnership with the PNG Hunters has been a source of great pride as it aligns with the broader commitment to Papua New Guinea's people and communities. K92 is excited to renew and elevate this collaboration, supporting the Hunters as they inspire fans across the country and compete on the international stage. Hunters Chief Executive Officer Scott Barker is delighted that K92 Mining is extending and expanding its support as a gold partner. He said K92's continued investment strengthens its league program and allows the team to develop pathways for Papua New Guinean players. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
PNG Hunters coach Paul Ayton remains resolute in his approach, maintaining the same squad for the upcoming clash against the Redcliffe Dolphins this Sunday. On current standing, Hunters is in 6th place with 14 points, while Dolphins on 7th place with 12 points. Following their narrow victory over the Northern Pride in round 10 of the Host Plus Cup, Ayton's confidence in his team's capabilities reflects his belief in their potential as they navigate the season.
Despite no significant injury concerns, Ayton has opted for consistency, promoting Manisa Kai into the starting 13, while veteran Jordan Pat will provide impact off the bench. Ayton expressed his faith in Manisa's performance.
Yeah, it'll be the same squad. We've just got Jordan Pat coming off adding some impact off the bench, and I thought rotating the middles around a bit. Manisa has been really good for us and strong, so we'll let him start the game off for us and just see how he goes. We've got a lot of faith in him, so I think it'll be good for him.
Jamie Mavoko was absent from the training today due to a sore eye. However, Ayton is optimistic about his participation in Saturday's captain's run. The coach is also conscious of the necessity to integrate new players into the squad as the season progresses. He highlighted the importance of building their confidence and familiarity with the Hunters system, especially as the team heads towards the finals. Prop Manuel Anis, who debuted last week, has been included in the 17-man squad once again. After the match against the Northern Pride, Ayton expressed disappointment over the high error count, indicating that while they were fortunate to secure the win, their scrambling defense was a standout aspect of their performance. As the team prepares for the next home game against the formidable Dolphins outfit, Ayton noted that there is no panic stations within the camp. Instead, they are aware of their standards and capabilities, but need to execute better with strong discipline.
Yeah, I think we're giving them the respect that they deserve, and we're preparing really well, preparing the same as we did when we played North. So a quality side with quality players, so great coach. We've got our ex-team manager, Tommy Butterfield, has joined them as well. So it's a big one. I'm sure he's told our secrets. So, no, we're looking forward for that battle, and we're taking it very seriously, and yeah, definitely giving him the respect that he deserves.
The PNG Hunters look forward to a competitive showdown against the Dolphins, 3 p.m. on Sunday, live and exclusive on digital TVWAN Sports 2. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Brad Fittler is the leading candidate to become the next coach of the Australian Kangaroos, with Mal Meninga reportedly set to move to the Perth Bears franchise. Phil Rothfield broke the news on his Off the Record podcast, stating Meninga is expected to step down as Kangaroos coach to take on the Perth Bears role.
Brad Fittler, a former New South Wales coach and Australian Test captain, is considered the front-runner to replace Mal Meninga. Meninga is reportedly close to accepting the head coaching role at the new Perth Bears NRL expansion side. The independent commission overseeing the Kangaroos is said to be insisting on Meninga's departure to allow for the Perth Bears coaching appointment. While Fittler is the top pick, other names like Wayne Bennett, Cameron Smith, and Kevin Walters have also been mentioned in connection with the Kangaroos coaching job. Fittler has previous coaching experience as the New South Wales coach, while other candidates like Bennett and Smith also have extensive coaching backgrounds. Some have expressed concerns about Fittler's ability to handle the pressure of coaching a national team, expected to win consistently, as well as his perceived struggles with scrutiny during his time as New South Wales coach. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
That ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain and potential riverine flash flooding. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain and riverine flash flooding for Manus, New Ireland, West New Britain, and the autonomous region of Bougainville. Highlands, scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain and riverine flash flooding and landslide over Southern Highlands Province and Hela provinces. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas moderate with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, seas smooth with southeast to southwest winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas smooth with southeast to southwest winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, Sea smooth with northeast to northwest winds of 5 to 10 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwai Island to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Island. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of east of Samarai to Milne Bay and all its islands to Cape Vogel, and waters of north of Cape Vogel to Horn Gulf to Finchefin. Sea 0.5 to 1.3 meters. That ends TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by